The holidays start here at Kroger with a variety of options to celebrate traditions old and new. You could do a classic herb-roasted turkey or spice it up and make turkey tacos. Serve up a go-to shrimp cocktail or use Simple Truth wild-caught shrimp for your first Cajun risotto. Make creamy mac and cheese or a spinach artichoke fondue from our selection of Murray's cheese. No matter how you shop, Kroger has all the freshest ingredients to embrace all your holiday traditions. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Welcome to the Instagram Stories Flash Briefing. Our top story today, the Instagram aesthetic is over. This comes from theatlantic.com. The byline, the look made famous by the platform just doesn't resonate anymore. This article is written by Taylor Lorenz, and I don't mention this a lot, but a large portion of the articles that I discuss on this Flash Briefing are written by Taylor. I need to find a way to get her on my podcast. In this article, Taylor discusses a lot of what makes Instagram Instagram. As it's grown to 1 billion monthly users, it has a particular aesthetic. Bright walls, artfully arranged lattes, avocado toast, millennial pink everything, and the color-corrected, glossy-looking aesthetic. Although influencers spend a lot of time and energy to create photos that fit this particular mold, times are now changing. Here's the quote. Avocado toast and posts on the beach. It's so generic and played out at this point. You can Photoshop any girl into that background and it will be the same post, said Claire, a 15-year-old who asked to be referred to by a pseudonym because of her age. Here's the quote. It's not cool anymore to be manufactured. Taylor then goes on to list some young influencers who reject the notion of a curated feed in favor of a messier and more unfiltered vibe. She contrasts the millennial influencers who bring their digital SLR cameras to the beach, master photo editing, trying to get the right shot, and how contrasts that with the generation that just posts right from their phones. Here's the quote. Previously, influencers used to say, oh, that's not on brand, or only post things shot in a certain light or with a commonality, says Lindsay Eaton, co-founder of the influencer marketing agency Estate 5. For the younger generation, those rules don't apply at all. The article continues, many teens are going out of their way to make their photos look worse. There's an app, Hujicam, which makes your images look like they were taken with an old school throwaway camera, which has been downloaded over 16 million times. This indicates a trend that I hadn't really thought about much before. Here's the quote. Adding grain to your photos is a big thing now, says Sonia Upal, a 20-year-old college student. The article also includes an example of Reese Blutstein, a 22-year-old influencer who has more than 238,000 followers, which she's gained in just over a year by posting unfiltered, low-production photos of herself in quirky outfits. She doesn't stress about posting almost the exact same photo twice in a row, something that first-generation influencers wouldn't dream of. Side point, that is totally true. The thought of posting the same photo twice in a row makes my twitch. Ooh, here's the quote. I'm not afraid to overpost. I don't think, oh, this will mess up how my feed looks, she said. I don't think too much about it. If I like an image, I just post it. The article is best summed up in a quote from Matt Klein, who's a cultural strategist at the consultancy Sparks and Honey. He said that he's seen a gradual shift away from the rainbow-colored, pre-planned photos that dominated the platform in late 2017. He's quoted as saying, we all know the jig is up. We've all participated in those staged photos. We all know the stress and anxiety it takes, and we can see through it. Culture is a pendulum, and the pendulum is swaying. That's not to say everyone is going to stop posting perfect photos, but the energy is shifting. This is a really good article into how the Instagram world is going to be changing over the next 12 months, and I think this is a really big thing to think about. I still recommend that brands take the time and effort to get professional photos done, because if you want to present your account as looking cohesive and whole, you want to have common colors, themes, and a professional look that people will enjoy following. Just posting pictures of products is not a good plan. However, maybe over the next 12 months, I need to, and everyone else needs to, rethink that recommendation as the platform changes. And that makes sense. The web isn't static, and neither is social media. That's it for today's Flash Briefing. If you would like to hear more, check out my recent podcast interview of Matt's David Awesome Goldberg. You can find him on Instagram at TIG Agency. The Instagram Agency. Really good interview where he gives awesome tips about how he makes such a great looking profile. You can find my podcast, The Instagram Stories, wherever you get podcasts. Thanks for listening.